What's good, YouTube swellmates? Troy here with WakeANetwork.com, and in this video today, I'm going to squash every single bodybuilding objective you have. Not enough time, not enough money, bad genetics, whatever excuses you guys have in your head, we are going to completely debunk that today. And I get this so many times. I get it on my Snapchat, my Instagram, my Facebook, the YouTube comments. It seems like bodybuilding, especially for the quote-unquote skinny guy, when you start this journey of trying to put on a lot of weight, trying to build a lot of muscle, it seems like you start that journey with so many excuses. So I want to just really dive into some fundamental concepts in this video, talk about some things that I've overcome, and really help you guys overcome not enough time, not enough money, bad genetics, whatever you guys are dealing with on the surface. I want to help you guys overcome this and make some gains. So let's get started. The first thing we are going to debunk is that you don't have enough time to make gains in the gym. So I want you guys to understand that the President of the United States, Barack Obama, has enough time to work out 5 to 6 times a week. So regardless of that fact, I want to paint a little hypothetical picture. So we're going to have a fictitious character named Stephen Salamander in this story. So Stephen Salamander is quite the ambitious young man. He is 21 years old. He is going to school to become a lawyer, and he has quite the busy extracurricular life. So on top of going to school full-time to be a lawyer, he also 5 nights a week waits tables at Denny's, serving up those delicious Grand Slams. Now, to make matters even worse and make his life even busier, he has 2 children that he conceived in high school, little drunken party. Now, on top of this, Stephen got married last year. And to make matters even worse, Stephen has a mistress 30 minutes away that he drives and sees twice a week. So if Stephen came to me with that story, that's his lifestyle right now, and he says, Troy, this is my life, how in the world can I make gains? So this is what I would do if I was Stephen to make some gains. I call it the 3 times per week 90-minute workout program that is so incredibly effective. I guarantee you, 9 out of 10 of you guys watching right now, if you follow this 90-minute per week regimen, you will see faster gains than whatever the hell you guys are following right now. So what I would do is 3 times per week, whenever I have just 30 spare minutes, I would go to the gym and I would do a beast mode compound exercise training routine. And what I would do here is I would keep a little strength log. I actually do this in my own workouts. It's helped me so much. Literally every single workout, I'm making gains, making progress on all my compound lifts. But that's neither here nor there. I want you guys to just understand this fundamental concept. You do not need a lot of time to make gains. So I would write into my little strength log, I would do a workout, say Monday, Thursday, Saturday. The days don't really matter. If you only have 30 spare minutes on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, it happens to be 3 days in a row, that's completely fine. You're obviously a very busy person if you can't find time to go to the gym. So what I would do is I would only do 6 exercises on this routine. So the first workout, what I would do is the classic push and pull. So I would do continuous overload progression, and I would pyramid it, and I would do this with the barbell bench press, and I would do this with weighted pull-ups, regular pull-ups if you can't do weighted pull-ups, of course. And what I would do is each single set, I would try to increase my weight. So I would go something along the lines of 10 reps, 8 reps, 6 reps, 4 reps. So I would do 4 sets per exercise, and I would write down a little strength log. So say I'm on the bench press, and say I do 225 pounds for 4 repetitions. The next week when I do this workout, I'm gonna see that on my little strength log. I'm gonna have that drilled in my mind before I hit the bench press again, and I'm gonna make sure that I go 230 pounds for 4 reps, or I would do 225 pounds again and I would hit 5 reps. That is what continuous overload progression is. Always making small incremental improvements, and those improvements are gonna add up into some major gains. Now, with this workout regimen, what I love about it is we are only focusing on the compound lifts. We're focusing on the exercises that work our body's largest and strongest muscle groups. They're gonna elicit the most testosterone, the most growth hormone. They're gonna give us that fundamental package. They're gonna give us that baseline physique that we need to make some rapidly muscle gains for the rest of our lives. Even Arnold Schwarzenegger in his prime, he said that anyone working out for their first 2 years, he says you should just literally do bench press, squat, deadlift, maybe some type of row exercise, and that's it until you guys really increase and get some good strength numbers on those particular exercises. And then the second part is I would do some weighted pull-ups. So workout number one, I would do barbell bench press, just regular flat bench. And then I would do weighted pull-ups. I would maybe vary it. Maybe 1 week I would do wide grip, 1 week I would do close grip. Now, the next workout, I would hit some legs. So I would do barbell squat, and same principle. We're gonna do 4 sets, we're gonna pyramid up, and we're gonna decrease our reps. So I would go 10 reps, 8 reps, 6 reps, 4 reps, and each set I would increase the weight by about 10 to 20%. So I would hit my squats really hard, and then on this day I would throw in maybe another leg exercise. So I would do, say, dumbbell lunges, maybe some leg press, maybe some stiff leg deadlift. So whatever you guys wanna do, those are some ideas. So on workout number 3, what we would do is we would start off with the barbell deadlift. We would do 4 sets, same thing, continuous overload progression, pyramiding up 10, 8, 6, 4. And then I would end my workout week with some good old dumbbell 1-arm rows. So awesome pulling exercise, getting my shoulders in there, my arms, my back, awesome compound movement. So I would just focus on those 6 exercises. So throughout the course of the entire week, I am only doing 24 total sets. So I'm doing 8 sets per workout. We have each workout with 2 compound exercises, 4 sets per specific exercise, and you can get that entire workout done in a mere 90 minutes per week. So if you don't have 90 free minutes to work out during the week, I don't know what to tell you. You clearly are super busy, and if you only have 90 free minutes free the entire week, I don't know why you're on YouTube watching my videos. So turn off YouTube, get back to work. So that is my advice on how you can make gains if you don't have enough time. The next thing I want to talk about is bad genetics. I get this one so often, especially from you naturally skinny guys. So let me paint this picture like this. If you have both of your arms, both of your legs, half a brain, and 7 or 8 of your toes and your fingers, you don't have bad genetics, motherfucker. You got excuses. So there's no such thing as having bad genetics. I mean, anyone can build muscle mass. This is a proven thing. This has been proven with science. All you have to do is enter a calorie surplus. So as a naturally skinny guy, it might be a little more difficult, but you can clearly consume a calorie surplus. You can eat some peanut butter, eat more canned tuna, drink more protein shakes, and in combination with that, you are going to focus on increasing the strength on your major lifts. If you focus on eating a calorie surplus, increasing your lifts every single workout by 5 to 10 pounds, there is no way you are not going to be able to gain weight and gain muscle mass. And I just want to talk about this a little more because I know this is something that I struggled with a lot when I was a kid. So I grew up and I was a basketball player. Now, I was definitely not the most athletic kid in my high school, played a little bit in college, and the thing that always drove me crazy is some people, they could just jump so incredibly high. And I wanted more than anything in the world to be able to dunk a basketball and jump high. I have terrible genetics for jumping. There are some guys who are just blessed who can jump 40, 45 inches. My dad probably has about a 5-inch vertical leap. He probably could not jump over this notebook right here. I have absolutely terrible genetics for jumping, and that drove me to work my ass off on my vertical leap. I'm proud to say I can now dunk a basketball, as you can see in this clip right here. I can jump on a platform about 50 inches high, and I get so much pride and pleasure knowing that I overcame that obstacle and that I persevered through, quote unquote, bad jumping genetics. So if you want anything bad enough, you could definitely overcome it, and you're gonna appreciate it so much more. For instance, who do you think appreciates being rich more? Kylie Jenner, who was born into fame and fortune, will never have to work an honest day in her life. Photo shoots and sponsorships, getting paid 7 figures is not working. Or the guy from, say, the movie The Pursuit of Happiness was actually a true story. Someone who overcame poverty and having a son and having no money and all these different things. Who do you think is going to appreciate financial freedom more? So the whole point is, if you have bad genetics for gaining weight and building muscle mass, don't feel sorry for yourself. Just realize that you're gonna have a lot more positive emotions and you are going to feel so good about your accomplishments, knowing that you overcame those obstacles, you got through those barriers, and you persevered anyway. So I know just in my specific example, I'm also a supernaturally skinny guy, so I was at one time 120, 130 pounds. I'm now pretty close to 200 pounds, obviously do fitness and muscle building videos, so I overcame that obstacle, and then just overcoming my vertical leap obstacle, I am so much more happier. I have so many more positive emotions in relation to those things than if they came super easy to me. So no such thing as bad genetics. Persevere, work hard, just focus on what you need to do, and you guys will have some amazing success. The third tip is not enough money. This is a really common one, especially with younger dudes under the age of 18. So the first thing is people think that a bodybuilding diet is really expensive. We actually shot a huge video on this, which we'll link to at the end. Bodybuilding foods on a budget, shot it about 1.5 years ago. There are some really cheap bodybuilding foods. You can get an entire bag of lentils, which has like 100 grams of protein, and I think 180 to 200 grams of carbohydrates for about $1.50. You can get a giant bag of rice or potatoes for a few dollars. Whey protein and chicken breasts and ground turkey are less than $1 per 30 grams of protein. So there are some really good bodybuilding foods on a budget, and you don't necessarily need a gym membership to pack on a lot of muscle mass. You can do push-ups, you can do wall sits, you can do isometric training, which is kind of like tensing and flexing and holding a muscle. You can buy a weight set off Craigslist. I have a friend who bought a 50-pound kettlebell off Craigslist for $20. So look on Craigslist, find some discount equipment if you can't afford a gym membership, the initiation fee at your gym, all that good stuff. And I just want to end this with one of my favorite quotes of all time. Make your mess your message. Whatever it is in your life that's holding you back, just overcome it and make it your message. Overcome it and look to inspire people who are going through that same problem in the future. So I want to end this with one of my favorite stories I've ever heard in my life. So there is this homeless guy in New York City, and he is an extremely clever young man. He actually is a pickup artist, and he picks up a girl every single day on the streets of New York City and manipulates them into staying at their house, and they even cook him breakfast and dinner sometimes. So this guy is homeless, and he has persevered through that obstacle. So he has learned to be really good with women. He picks up women on the streets of New York City, and he actually spends the night at their place, at their apartment, their house, wherever the hell they live in New York City. So he made his mess his message. So look to do the same in your life. Whatever obstacle that you currently face for bodybuilding, for whatever goals you have, just find some creativity, find excitement into overcoming that, and you guys are gonna have some amazing success. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully I have debunked every single excuse you have on not enough time, not enough money, whatever it may be holding you back from your bodybuilding goals. If you guys are looking for more great tips on how to bulk up and gain lean muscle mass, head on over to weightgainmethod.com. See you there, guys. I always say the devil is in the details. So I want to give you guys, my detailed plan of attack for compound exercises and how it pertains to gaining weight really fast and getting big.